everyone, it's Dr. Alex Nahanka here, and I'm going to show you how to use some of the strategies that I've been developing in the last couple days. This is going to be the way forward. I'm developing strategies that you can use on TradingView, right? So we're using TradingView in the Pine Script feature. So you're on the website, and because I work on it every week, put a lot of work into it, I do charge a small fee if you want all the strategies. But if you want the free version, I use one of, I give out S&P 500 futures for free, and we'll go over that. So let's go over to the equities and what that looks like. So right now I have posted NQ, which is your NASDAQ, your Dow Jones strategy, small caps RTY, and the S&P 500, right? And it's very important to annotate like the time chart that I'm using. So we found a pattern that would have worked last week based on this time chart. So let's try with the NASDAQ and see what comes up, right? The description kind of goes into like what we're doing here. And then, so here it is. You make it a favorite, add to favorites. Go to your trading view, make sure it's refreshed, right? Control R. And you go under indicators, under your favorites. It's right there, right? FP for Futures Playbook NQ strategy. So let's use that. Let's put it on the chart. All right. And again, this was back tested against last week. So let's see how it did last week. Right there. So if you had used this strategy last week, it would have been 60% win rate with a 2.4 profit factor. And I had set it up with a max stop loss of $300 a trade, right? Per option contract. So you would have netted 4,000 if you had just left it alone, right? If this was automated, you would have walked away with $4,000, right? And this is just one contract, and we got a couple. So I want you to, and if you noticed a second ago that if I take away like the last week's data and just turn this off, and you can see that it's not really a winning strategy if you go back in time, right? Futures is like, it's day trading, right? It's swing trading. What works today will not work weeks ago, months ago, right? So this goes far back as October 14, 2024, and we're in December 16, 2024. So obviously it needs to get updated, right? Every week we look at it and it's a pattern similar to the stock market, right? So you can see ups and downs. So we're trying to catch those trends and it's going up. So that's why we test against the preceding week, because we want to maintain that trend with the strategy. So you can see turn on again, back testing to last week, Monday through Friday. And then this strategy I developed is from 9:30 in the morning to 1600 every day, and every open order has to be closed by 1600. Okay, you can see that in the trades, right? Nothing is going to go past 1600. Everything, this one closed out at the end of the day, and that's it, right? So you have that. Now, how do I make an alert out of this? All right, so you go back to overview. You have to turn off the deep back testing, right? You can do it here, right? Add alert, or you can add alert here, right? If you add alert, it'll be the basic stuff. You want to do the condition. The condition is the strategy. So the FNQ strategy, you want to call it, NQ alert. I recommend deleting this because you already know it's NQ, right? So it'll be easier to see this. Delete this because you already know the name of the strategy, and then it'll tell you buy or sell, and it'll tell you the position it's in. So if it buys, then you'll see the current position is 1, and then current position is 0. Current position is -1, right? Because we're doing one contract at a time. And then it's up to you and your strategy and how you want to do that, right? So you create it, it's done, it's there. So under alerts, it'll pop up, it's active, and then tomorrow at 9:30, if it matches, it'll pop up, and then you can monitor on a different screen your top step to make trades based on this strategy. This is based off a $50,000 account, so this is assuming. Let's go back so you don't see that. This is assuming you have a $50,000 account with a prop firm, right? We'll say stop step. And we'll see some of the settings here. $50,000, one contract at a time. We're going to ignore commission. We're not worried about margin. Recalculator, you can take that off. Let's take this off. Every bar close. So let's just do it this way. Same thing. Actually, a little bit more money, right? So watch that alert, and then you can do that for each one. So with the NASDAQ, you can see the performance. And then you can go back to this, and then you can start clicking on the other ones, right? So the YM strategy 5-minute chart, I went ahead and just preempted. So YM chart, 5 minutes, the performance here, 80% win rate, 2.8 profit factor, netted $850. Not too bad, but we're taking advantage of like the trends that are going on, right? You can see how these occur around those times of volatility. And you can see the list of trades here, right? The last couple were a bunch of wins. Some losses, but lots of wins. So if you follow it, continue winning, right? You don't have to do one contract at a time. It's up to you. You can use two or three or four, depending on whatever you're using. You can do micros as well, and just test it out, see if it works for you. It's important to just combine it and make it part of your strategy. Don't make it your only strategy. So overview, that's where we're at this week. All right, let's go to small caps RTY. And with small caps, 2.4 profit factor, over 50% win rate, over 17 closed trades. I want to make sure it's over 10, right? Because a lot of professional traders, they'll do one trade a week. I'm sorry, one trade a day, or two trades a day, and they're done, right? So if I can get you, 5 days in a week, you know, two or three max per option, can net you quite a bit of money. So that's $2,600 netted. And then again, if you turn this off and you were just to have it go back in time, you can see that in the past, not very good. But we don't care, right? Because we only care about the preceding week, and that's what we're using, right? Because these strategies do not work long term. These are not long term strategies, these are short term strategies. So we always back test for reliability and dependability based on the week prior, because we want to follow the trend from the week prior. So that's what we're using. That's our confidence rate. That's where we're at. And then the S&P 500, that one, it's at 58% win rate. All right, 3.6 profit factor. Great. $2,600. Awesome. All right. So those are the four strategies that are posted on the website now. Now let's go back to NASDAQ. All right. It's Monday night. It's already closed. So let's just do this back test today. If you had used this strategy today, how would have done? Right. So let me see if I need to turn just on the 16th. Right. Just today. How would it have done today? Hit one trade for a stop loss. Okay, not a good day for NASDAQ. Let's go for YM. Let's see how that worked out. Let's back test it today. And two trades. Okay, would have netted $470. Not bad. All right, let's look at RTY. Let's change it to today. And 387. All right, we're over $700, right? Between YM, so 470 plus 387. Okay, minus 300. All right, let's go to ES. Let's go to ES, turn this off. And I'm sorry, let's turn it on. And let's go to 16 to 16. All right, just today. ES, I don't think that. Okay, minus 75. Not great. Four trades, 25%. Now, something important to annotate about the S&P today. All right, so you got your four trades, didn't work out. The last one came out a winner at the end of the day. So you would get these alerts throughout the day, right? And then when you get these alerts, let's say you're doing Uber or whatnot, or you're like, you have work to do and you work behind a computer, then you take advantage and then you go to Top Step or your broker website, and then that's when you're putting in those trades. There was news today. So if there's one, without a doubt, always impacts the market, it's news. Right? It doesn't matter what the patterns have been in the past historically. It doesn't matter. It's the news will do what will create volatility, and it can go either way. So there was news today. See, we're at, I don't know if this shows it right here. No, I didn't. No, it's a contract switch. So it doesn't show here, but earlier today there was news directly impacting the S&P 500. So it was crazy volatile, and it made it go the wrong way. But that's okay. So you would take this strategy and compare it to what's going on in the news. And as you compare it to the news, then you make the decision. It's like, all right, do I keep the strategy? Do I ignore it? Because the nice thing about trading is that you don't have to trade every day. You trade when you want, right? So, latest up. See, these are some news here that impacts it. You trade when you want. It's like, hey, today's not a good day to trade. I'm not going to trade today. I don't want to follow it because there's news, there's earnings calls, there's whatnot. On Wednesday, the Fed's talking, so it'd be smart to not trade at all, or just watch it and see what happens. Interest rates, are anticipated to go down, so we'll see what happens. All right. So I hope that I was able to help you out. Here, let's just go and put alerts for the other ones. So I got the YM up. Let's go ahead and create the alert. All right. Our condition is YM, and then you just do YM, and get another alert, and then you do RTY, right? Create alert. So, and if you wanted to, you can automate these, right? You would take these strategies. You would take this strategy, and then you would paste your special code here for automation. So Tickerly offers that with Forex. You can do this with Tradovate. You would need an account with Tradovate and have an X amount of dollars in there, but it would be automated. So if these strategies look good and they work for you, then you could potentially automate it and not have to do anything. You just need to go ahead and make that investment, make Tradovate. Follow me. leave feedback. Let me know if it works, because I anticipate that's going to be the way forward. It's like we're going to take these strategies and we're going to automate them so we can do this without actually doing anything, right? We let it play out. You follow me every weekend. I modify it, right? I go into my Pine editor, I make my modifications, and yeah, and that's what I offered. So if you got any questions, go ahead and DM me, and let me know how it all works out. All right, out.